As far as I'm concerned, why the Senate is not functioning is because the country itself is not functioning. Yes. The basis on which the Senate was set up to make laws for a society. Senate can only make law for a society that is coherent society, a society that has foundation. Every other law they make, it will have foundation. But in a situation whereby you are in the Senate and you are making law, why some obey the law, some are above the law. So that is the basis why we are having crisis here and there. For me, it's as simple as that.
We have Nigeria needs Senate. Nigeria needs Senate, but they shouldn't be scrapped away totally. They should make changes. APC, they say it's for change, but the change we are seeing is just negative changes we are seeing. They are failure. The present senators, they are failure. Because with insurgency that is taking place in the country, it makes them to fail. Because they are the people that we have in the hem of the affair to discuss the nation, but they are not discussing anything positive. Rather, they are there for their pockets. When we talk of our constituency, they are there to represent our constituency. Many things are happening in our constituency, in the various states. They are not caring about it.
But the only thing, their affair needs to be monitored. And the masses has their right to protest that what people are doing are not doing good. You people are there to represent us, to make the law that will be favorable to the masses, particularly the Nigerians. So if they are not doing that, then they should be called to order by protest or any other means. Because no, as an individual, you can't come and take them to court or all of that. But the right an individual has is protest. Yeah.
So I think they need changes from the senators. And a senator that served for the first tenure, I think they shouldn't give him home to go back there for the second term, irrespective of where they are coming from. I know in the northern Senate, in the northern side, maybe in the whole community, they only have one educated person there, those days. But now they have many. Competition is everywhere. They should change them. Those that they are failing, they should change them. So Nigerians should go forward ahead.
No, there's no way they'll scrap them. They are the lawmakers. And in terms of being effective or not, that is the question that can be thrown out. But for me, I will tell you that they are not effective. If they are effective, there are a lot of law they are making that are not as in favor of the masses. Most of their law they are making is for themselves. And I can say it categorically that they are not there to protect the masses. That's what I have for now. They should remain, but they are not doing their work as it ought to be because they are not representing the masses. The masses are suffering. They have a lot to do as far as Nigeria is concerned.
That's what I'm saying. I said that even Nigeria itself is finding it difficult to remain, not to even talk about the Senate. Nigeria itself is finding it difficult to remain because the structure to which you are remaining is already disappearing. So the law that the Senate are making, how many people are there? How many people are obeying the law? Only the masses are obeying the law. The other people, even themselves, they are not even obeying the law. That is the problem.
No, I don't think it's necessary to scrap the Senate because it's good for them to be there so that they will checkmate one or two things going on in the country. So it will not be a one man's affair or some group of persons. They are not that very effective. They are not effective, but at least they should be there. They are contributing something to this country too.
Yeah, I don't hear that before now. And if there's an arrangement, it must go. I don't think I'll stand to say must go. But if there's a wrong move from the presidency, the only thing is protest. We need a reform. But must go is a hard word to be used. A reform. If a reform can be any other means, one is the protest, but must go, I don't think it's too harsh to be pronounced. Yeah, by me. If I'm going to participate, if the word they are going to use is bloody must go, I don't think I'll front. But if it's a reform, the masses are suffering. So they should work it out for masses. That as a graduate, you can't be walking around, no work, nothing. But bloody must go is too harsh.
I don't prescribe to the scrapping of Nigerian Senate because they are the main legislative arm of the country. In other countries, we have upper chambers and lower chambers. Depending on the nomenclature, they use. And because of the import of this arm of government, it is very important their services remain. So I don't subscribe to getting them scrapped. But what I am against is redundant senators. There are so many redundant senators in Nigerian Senate who have no genuine contribution in the House.
Nigerian Senate, well, not totally to be scrapped. We have to encourage them and with the masses, the electorate. So they should not be rubber stamp. They should do their work without fear of favor. So as the country is going now, insecurity, everything, that's the upper house. It's their responsibility to tackle this issue.
They can stay from beginning of a tenure to the end of a 4-year tenure without raising their hand for once to make any useful contribution. The only time you see them is when they want to exhibit their wealth, when they want to amass wealth to intimidate the neighborhood or people in their place with their size of wealth. That's the only time you know a senator is there. But when it comes to quality national contribution, intellectual ideas, these ideas are lacking. And these are redundant senators. You cannot see them raise their hand. You can never see them stand because the beauty of legislature.
They cannot be scored, miscall them 70% for their performance now. Performance now as a Senate. All this, what is happening in the country, not supposed. Political killing here and there, not supposed. That's what I see. They should live up to their responsibilities.
It's when you, the constituents, watch the sitting of the house and you say, that is my legislator talking. You feel good. You say, yeah, that's my legislator talking. You see him standing, making quality contribution to the development of the house and the country. But there are a lot of our senators who have no idea to sell. They use money and wangle their way to the Senate, and they sit there from beginning, I didn't say from January to December, from beginning of the tenure to the end of the tenure without any quality contribution to the House. That is the one I am against. But I'm not against scrapping the Senate.